I would have loved to have grown up with a backyard that is the woods. I think that children here get really well adjusted, and I think that they get a lot of independence because you don't have to watch them so closely like you do in a normal city. My wife and I met in New Orleans. She does emergency medicine. It's definitely different having both of us in medicine and having an emergency physician as my wife. But I have to say I like it because she is very grounded and she understands not to get really excitable about small little things. So if I dress the kid in something that doesn't match, that's okay, you know, and there's bigger things out there in the world. So New Orleans, as you can imagine, and as most people who have been there know, there are not many rules there as far as nighttime activities, and it was really sort of a free-for-all. That French Quarter and the city itself had a tremendous amount of trauma between the gunshot wounds and the gangs and the people on bikes at night, and it was kind of a mess of a city, and that of course went to Maine Charity Hospital, and so they're really well known in New Orleans at the residency there of having really good trauma experience because of the sheer volume that we'd have, and it was somewhat like drinking out of a fire hydrant. It was so much volume that came all night that you were forced to get good at it because of the sheer volume. So I think it really prepared me for injuries here on the mountain. My interest in orthopedics was somewhat sparked here in Vail. I used to be a raft guide here and was friends with a lot of EMTs and ski patrol. And so that kind of got me into that scene a little bit. I got my EMT here and then started working in the emergency room in Vail as a tech. And that would have been in 1992. So I would have been 22 years old. And it was a really just an eye-opening experience. I'd worked in a couple emergency rooms, but hadn't had these sort of mountain injuries that I thought were just fascinating. So when I'm not at work, basically I've enjoyed dogs and raising puppies and raising labs for many years. And so I've had a number of different litters of puppies that friends all have, and that's a big part of, was kind of a part of my life, I guess. And now that's of course a little bit replaced by kids, but still that's it. Whitewater has been really, I love the river, I love everything about the river, and so we've had a lot of fun introducing our children to rivers and basically getting out into nature. We get out and raft a good bit, and it's a great place to do that. I mean, an hour away and all of a sudden you're in the middle of nowhere in a raft. And so we've had we probably do 5 or 6 family trips every year on the raft, and we've done a couple overnights on the raft. And so I do miss guiding rafting, but the operations, going into like a big hard operation, it was almost like going into a big hard hydraulic or a big hard rapid, where you get a little bit nervous and you're thinking a lot about it and you concentrate, and I'm kind of washing my hands and thinking about it like I would when I was rafting with taking care of a lot of people going into a big rapid. So there's actually some analogies that I guess I've adopted from that. My hobbies, besides the whitewater and the Labradors, my wife and I both have enjoyed making stained glass, and the construction part of it is the part, of course, I like, being orthopedics. But I started to steal lines from nature, and I figured biology is a wonderful place to steal lines from and designs from. And so sometimes I would find pictures, anatomic pictures of the inside of a knee, the inside of a shoulder that are drawn out, and then reproduce that in glass. So I feel so lucky that Vail has so much so close. You know, if you get 2 or 3 hours free, as everyone here knows, you can just go in any direction into the woods, which is wonderful. And so between whether it's a snowshoe out the backyard or getting some exercise on a bike for 2 hours, that sort of is really a luxury here, as everyone knows that lives in any setting like this. And I think that really helps balance the work part, where we're not in traffic all day, we're not commuting all day. That really is important, I think, in balancing it out.